Hello and welcome back to Minecraft tutorials. Today we will be doing tutorial 9. One that I have wanted to do for a while. It's gonna be quite a bit of stuff. It's gonna be a lot to take in, but don't worry. You have already been through 8 tutorials, 6 of which are gameplay tutorials. You should be pretty confident at this point, and with all the readings I'm sure you've been doing on the wiki, I'm sure this will be no problem for you. So with that in mind, let's go into our world tutorial final, and let's get started with tutorial number 9. It's very important that you know that these tutorials are cumulative. I'm pretty sure that you understand this point by now, but make sure you don't forget what happens in earlier tutorials because I won't be repeating them. Okay, so last time, tutorial 8, we finished all the farming stuff and we got our farms completed. Today we're going to look at this thing right here. Now, I've been ignoring this the last tutorial. I set it up in tutorial 7, told you to not worry about it, and completely ignored it in tutorial 8. What is this? What are these? And why is lapis inside this chest? So, let me explain. Now, you probably know about this, the Soul Speed boots, which I've talked to you about. This Soul Speed 3 under the boots and the glint on the boots indicate that the boot is enchanted. It means that it behaves not only as the base item, so iron boots, which gives you protection, but gives you additional effects that are indicated by the name of the enchantment. What this is the enchanting table, and the enchanting table's crafting recipe, go back to tutorial 7 and you can find it. But basically, this table allows you to take an item without the glint, without the special effects, and make it into an enchanted glinted item with special effects. And the way you do it is you put an item in, you select the enchantment you want, and then you feed it lapis. So this is a lapis slot, and then you can enchant it. So for example, if I want the bow to have power 1, I go into here as power 1. This is the name of the level required. So this is the level required. So how you read it, this is, if it says 2, then you look at your current level. So I've not talked about experience too much. We've kind of talked about it in renaming items using the Anvil, which take 1 experience level. But this also takes experience. For example, I'm at level 18 right now. And look at this. This enchantment requires level 2. Is 18 greater than 2? Greater than or equal to 2? If the answer is yes, then this option is available. But it doesn't mean that you subtract 2 levels away when you select it. It only means you need at least 2 levels to be able to have it. This option at the top always uses 1 lapis and requires 1 level, and subtracts 1 level. This option needs you to have at least level 4, subtracts 2 levels from you when you use it, and uses up 2 lapis. And this one requires you to have at least level 7, but subtracts only 3 levels when you use it, and requires 3 lapis. So I know this is a bit abstract, but let me tell you. The 1 lapis, 1 level, 2 lapis, 2 levels, 3 lapis, 3 level are fixed. These numbers will never change. However, these numbers are fluctuant. So here is 2, 4, 7. But if I put something else in there, it might not be 2, 4, 7. Okay, it's still 2, 4, 7. But it's not guaranteed to be 2, 4, 7, it will change. And it actually depends on the number of bookshelves. The more bookshelves you surround your enchanting table, so these are bookshelves, the more of these you surround your enchanting table with, the higher the level required. This 1, 2, 3 will still not change. This will not change. This will always still be 1, 2, and 3. So that will never change. So it always takes in 1, 2, or 3 lapis every time you enchant, and it also will use up, so subtract 1, 2, or 3 level, that will never change. But the level that you have required minimum to able to have this option be available to you to able to let you select it, the minimum level requirement will change depending on the number of bookshelves. So the cost of enchanting is actually not more expensive, it requires you to have more and more levels the more bookshelves you have. Then the question becomes, then why bother putting bookshelf? Isn't it better to not have bookshelves so you don't need the high level requirement? Well, it turns out the more bookshelves you have, also the more powerful enchantments you have. So this one, so usually the 1, 2, 3, the higher down, the lower down this table, so the more powerful. So this 3 one would be better than the 2 one, which would be better than the 1 one. In general, and the more bookshelves you have, it makes everything go up. So even the best one here is only efficiency 1, which is not that good. But you have 15 bookshelves, and this might be efficiency 4, and that would be really good. And so that's why you should, even though it requires more levels, you should still have more bookshelves, as much as better, because or else you won't get powerful things. You only get very low quality things. So I think we can try it. Let's see if there's anything good. Okay, so let me just see if there's anything good to enchant so I can show you. So this golden helmet has Aqua Affinity, so I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to put a lapis in. Notice my level is 18. If I select this, now my level is 17. I lose a lapis, and this becomes Aqua Affinity. What Aqua Affinity allows you to do is it allows you to mine underwater much faster. So let me demonstrate. For example, if I'm holding something that's not a tool and I try to mine a dirt underwater, say I want to mine this dirt, right? Watch how slow it is. Now I'm going to wear the Aqua Affinity helmet and watch me do the exact same thing, also holding the boat. It's much faster. So basically, when you're underwater, your mining speed decreases by 5 times. With Aqua Affinity, this decrease does not happen here, and you're able to mine as fast in water as you are on land. That's what Aqua Affinity does. So I'm going to wear this Aqua Affinity one because it seems to be a pretty good thing. Even though I know I'm not in the Nether, I should probably wear the Iron Helmet, but Aqua Affinity is really good. And it's a good utility. So this is a kind of thing an enchantment table allows you to do. I'm pretty sure you get the point by now, so I won't say too much about it. Let's see if there's anything else that's good. If not, then we might as well just get out of here. Let's see. What about our... Okay, so this is enchanted already. Protection 2. Okay, Protection 2 is pretty good. Let's take this prot 2. So protection gives you more armor value. So the chestplate already makes you you take less damage from a longsword, but protection makes you take even less. And sometimes there's damage that you cannot be prevented from armor, but protection will. For example, if I fall down here, I'm standing on this chest, I'm just gonna drop down. How much damage do I take? 4 hearts. Now I'm gonna wear this protection, and let's see how much I take. So let me heal back up. Okay, 3 hearts. So notice I take 1 less heart of damage when I'm wearing the protection. Usually the armor does nothing. Armor does not prevent any fall damage or reduce it, but protection does. So this is why protection is good. Protection goes up to 4. This is protection 2. So if it's 1, I probably won't take it, but 2 is not that bad. Let's see, what does this one have? Also prot 2. Let's take a look. Subtracts 3 levels, uses up 3 lapis. So this one also has protection 2 now. What else do we have? Let's try this helmet. Okay, also protection 2. This is getting pretty good. So we have pretty good armor. And this one has a carry. So this is one thing I have not talked about. When you enchant, there's a chance that apart from enchanting what is indicated here, it will add something else to it. So if I select efficiency 2, I might get not just efficiency 2. I'll always be guaranteed to get efficiency 2 if I select efficiency 2. But there's a chance I might also get something else in addition to it. For example, this iron helmet, I selected protection 2, but I ended up with both protection 2 and unbreaking 2. The unbreaking 2 is referred to as a carry. As for the details of when and why carries occur, please consult the wiki. So we got this so let's take the Aqua Affinity off because Protection 2 is really nice as well. And then our boost is already Soul Speed 3, so we can't enchant it further. That's the one thing I have not talked about with the enchanting table is if you have something that is already enchanted anyway, so already glinting, you cannot put it into the table and enchant it again. It will neither remove the enchantment, nor will it remove the enchantment, nor will it allow you to add another enchantment on top of it. Nor will it replace the current enchantment. It just won't happen. It just doesn't work. If you feed it something already enchanted into the table, nothing appears. You can use anvils, which are not just for renaming to combine enchantments, as I will show you probably in a different tutorial. You can use the grindstone to disenchant. So if I put this here, if I take that out, I'll get the golden helmet, same durability, but it will be disenchanted. So it goes the other way, the opposite, but I'm not doing it because I like Aqua Affinity. So we only have one lapis left, so it doesn't look like we are able to spend a lot more time here. I don't think we have any lapis here, so this is our final lapis. Let's see if we can get something good. Okay, power 1 is not bad. Power adds power to the bow, so the bow is already a pretty powerful ranged weapon, but with the power enchantment, it's even more powerful. It deals even more damage. Power goes up to 5. 1 is not that good, but it's better than nothing, right? So, and we're officially out of lapis, so we can't do this any further, which is fine. I think I've demonstrated the point. You know how to use the grindstone. You know how to use the anvil. You know why I've been storing lapis in this chest. You know what the bookshelves do now. And you know what this enchantment table is. I think I've explained enough. Oh, one thing about the bookshelves. I'll explain this after I sleep. Okay. Ah! Oh look, I only took 3 hearts of damage thanks to the protection. That was not intentional, by the way. But it's good to have prod anyways. In case accidents like that happen, you won't die. So, one thing I have not talked about up to date is that the bookshelves that surround the enchantment table have to be placed one off. So you can't put the bookshelf on this block or that one. You have to put it with one line of space away. And you can't put it here either. This is too far away. This is too close. You have to put it exactly on this line. There are a lot of acceptable placements for bookshelves. Search of the wiki for detail, but the way I'm doing it is good. If you don't want to search of the wiki, then just follow exactly how I place the bookshelves because it's guaranteed to work. I will be adding bookshelves as I gain resources. Bookshelves require wood, leather, and sugarcane, and usually sugarcane is the limiting factor, but it actually looks like leather. Sorry, usually leather is the limiting factor, but it actually looks like sugarcane is the limiting factor here. So let's get some more sugarcane. Good thing we have this nice farm, so even though it's a limiting factor, it's not that limiting now. We can create ourselves some more paper. And with the paper, we are able to create. With the paper, we're going to be able to create more books. And then if you combine wood and 3 books, you get a bookshelf. So we are now able to place down our 4th bookshelf. Now, before I do that, I want to show you the change in level. So this is 3, 5, 6. So hey, look, it's already not 2, 4, 7 anymore. It has already changed. I told you, even without changing the number of bookshelves, this number can still fluctuate. You don't have to. Like, changing the bookshelf will definitely change the numbers, but if you don't change the bookshelf, it might still happen by itself. So it's 3, 5, 6 right now, and let's add this 4th bookshelf and see what happens. I'll put it right on top of here. This is one of the acceptable positions. And now it's 3, 8, 10, so it has changed. More expensive, but also better. We can see that now we can get Silk Touch, which is really good. In fact, I'm going to do this. Silk Touch. In a little bit after I get a bit more lapis, which I don't have right now. So let's see what can be done right now. I'll put the spare books also inside here. in the chest. So both lapis and books belong naturally here because they're both related to enchanting. Books are related not just because they can make bookshelves. You can also enchant books, as you can see. You don't have to enchant the items directly. You can just enchant a book and then use the anvil to apply the enchanted book and the non-enchanted or enchanted item together. If you apply an enchanted book and an enchanted item together, you get a result that is the item that has both the enchantment on the original item and the enchantment on the book. If you apply an unenchanted item and an enchanted book together, the item will be the result. It will be enchanted with just what's on the book. Enchantments sometimes have mutual exclusions. For example, there's an enchantment called Fortune that allows you to get more out of mining ores. So instead of getting 1 coal every time you mine coal, you might get like 4 coal. There's another enchantment called Silk Touch, which I alluded here, that makes you be able to get whatever you mine. So for example, usually mining coal ore will give you coal, right? But if you use Silk Touch, it will give you coal ore, like the actual ore block itself. If you mine a grass block, usually it gives you dirt. If you do it with Silk Touch, it gives you like the actual grass block. If you mine stone, it usually gives you cobblestone, but if you do it with Silk Touch, it gives you the actual stone block itself. So etc. That's basically an introduction to Silk Touch. Now, it turns out that Fortune and Silk Touch are mutually exclusive, so which means you can never have an item that both simultaneously has Silk Touch and Fortune, because it doesn't make sense, right? Like, one increases the amount of things you can get, and then one makes sure that it only drops itself and nothing else. So they, like, logically are already contradictory, so it doesn't make sense to have them both. But to enforce this contradiction, we make them mutually exclusive. There are other cases where it's actually a matter of balance rather than a matter of logically. For example, there's an enchantment on the bow called Infinity that makes you not have to spend arrows. So every time you shoot an arrow, it uses up 1 arrow, right? But with Infinity, you can shoot an infinite number of arrows. As long as you have 1 arrow, 1 single arrow in your inventory, you'll never run out of arrows no matter how many you shoot. Unless the bow breaks, that is. And there's another enchantment called Mending, which allows you to repair your tools. So if my tools go down durability, I get some experience. I can use that experience, instead of the experience filling up my experience bar, I can use the experience to repair my item and to get durability back. It turns out that Mending and Infinity are mutually exclusive. Not for the same reason as Fortune and Silk Touch though, because it's not logically contradictory for something to be able to have itself repaired and to have an infinite number of arrows. That's perfectly fine, logically speaking, but it's too powerful. Now your bow will never break and you will never run out of arrows. That is considered way too overpowered, so it's a matter of balance rather than a matter of logic that leads to decision to make these 2 enchantments mutually exclusive as well. One last note about this bookshelf is you don't want to just keep adding bookshelves until like you surround the entire thing. That's redundant. The maximum number of bookshelves that will be useful and will do anything different to the enchantment table is let me think, it's 15. So after you surround it with 15 bookshelves, any further bookshelf like the 16, 17, etc. bookshelf you add will do nothing to the table. It will not improve it at all. So it's redundant. You can do it for decoration if you want, but it's completely redundant in a survival sense, in a utility sense. You will, if you don't know how to count and can't count 15 bookshelves and or you're too lazy to do it, that's fine. You can just put an item in. If this number here, the experience level, the minimum experience level required to select this option on the most expensive slot in the table, if this number is 30, that means you have 15 shelves or more. So every time you add a shelf, you should check this number. When this number says 30, it will never change again. Unless you like break existing bookshelves, then it will decrease, but it will never like go any higher than 30. So every time you add it, you check it, and if it's 30, you're done. Don't add another bookshelf ever again. So yeah, So this also implies that there is no enchantment through the enchantment table that will ever require to have more than 30. So this is why 30 is a very important number in experience counting, because every time you get to 30, you're guaranteed to be able to enchant anything you have in the table. It will never say that you don't have enough experience to enchant if you have level 30. The anvil can take drops up to level 39, so a bit more. And if you have more than 39 levels, it doesn't really matter, because even if you have like 60 levels and the drop technically requires 46 levels to complete, instead of saying, okay, you spend 46 levels, so you will have 14 levels remaining and your drop will be complete, it'll say it's too expensive. The number of levels required to do this drop is greater than 30, strictly greater than 39, and so we consider it too expensive, so even if you have enough experience, we won't allow it to happen. So instead of saying requires level 46, it will just stay in bold big red letters, too expensive, and you'll just not be able to get it done in any way. So yes, in the enchantment table, there is no such thing as too expensive. But for the anvil, as you can see, renaming only takes one level. Combining takes more than one level usually. And every time you use it on the same item, so if you have the same item and you put it into the anvil repeatedly and do an operation every time you use the anvil, the operation gets more expensive. So you combine a book, it takes 2 levels. Next time you combine a book, it'll take 4 levels. The next time it might take like 7 levels. It'll just keep going up. And eventually it'll go up so high that it is no longer ever possible to do the drop because it exceeds 39 and it's considered too expensive. So then you're screwed. No more anvil operations for you. So I haven't defined what operation means. So every time you use the anvil to perform something on an item, or use the enchantment table to perform something on the item, it's called an operation. So an anvil operation is a single task that you successfully complete using the anvil and um, get a result from some inputs. And an enchanting table operation, or table operation for short, is one that you use the enchantment table to do. So I'm going to use the terms table operation and anvil operation a lot from now on, so make sure you understand what these terms mean. Perfect. I think we are done with talking about enchantment. That is all you really have to know about enchantment. It's not that complicated. I know these 20 minutes I didn't do much, but it's important to get this concept out of the way so you understand. Obviously, I don't have 15 bookshelves right now, so I can't show you the OP level 30 enchantments, but eventually I'll get 15 bookshelves, then I'm going to be able to show you. So let's just take it slowly and easily until then, and you know, one day will come when we have our majestic 15 bookshelves, and then we will just go from there. Alright, I guess that is all for enchantments. Let's see, so some more of this is harvestable, so might as well take a bit more. So we got like 9 more, which is a perfect number because 9 is the number required to make a bookshelf. So let's take out 3 of these. And then we can make another bookshelf. And this time I'm going to put it on the right. So I'm going to put it right here. Boom. And now you can see the level changed from, I forgot what it was, to 3, 5, 10. If I put something else in, 3, 5, 10. So this number, again, will always fluctuate every time you change, every time you add or remove a bookshelf. It will happen. Yes, it's possible to remove bookshelf. If you remove a bookshelf after you placed it, it will undo the operation of adding the bookshelf. So it'll revert the table back to the state it was in before you added the bookshelf. It's possible to revert. It's also possible to temporarily block a bookshelf without reverting it. If you put something like cobblestone or something else here, it'll block the bookshelf from being able to access the enchantment table, or the other way around, I mean. So the enchantment table will not detect the presence of these bookshelves if you put a block in between them. So you can block the effect of one temporary, and then you can just remove the block after when you want the bookshelf effect to go through again. When you need the bookshelf's effect to affect the table again, you can just remove the block and everything will be back to normal. Should I demonstrate? Alright, I guess I'll demonstrate. So this is 3, 5, 10, right? So if I do this, it goes to 2, 4, 5. And then if I remove these blocks, now it's back to 3, 5, 10. Alright, I have demonstrated the point. Perfect. So, one thing you may have noticed is there's things coming out of the bookshelf into the table. Observe. See this? These little ladder-like things that pop out from the table. And this is mostly based on the lore, in which bookshelf provide the knowledge and power to the enchantment table. The enchantment table gets its enchanting magical powers from the knowledge stored inside the bookshelf. So what these glyphs or characters are actually doing is passing, like, this is completely lore-wise, it has nothing to do with gameplay, but like lore-wise, the bookshelves contain the knowledge, and by passing the characters through, it's transmitting its knowledge and magical powers from the bookshelves into the table, which allows the table to gain its magical powers needed to enchant your tools with OP abilities like the stuff that we have already. So yeah, lore-wise, that's how enchantment works. These characters are pretty fun to observe. They're not human understandable because they're weird characters, and you can also see some here, like all these characters here. This is called the Enchanting table language, and it's the subject of many Minecraft memes, but this is not a meme channel, this is a tutorial channel, so I won't explain this too much. If you search up Enchanting table language meme on Google, you'll see a lot of examples of how these glyphs and characters are used as memes. But yeah, that will actually be all for enchantment. Let's go to the Nether and go to the second part of this tutorial now. Ready? So what we're going to talk about now is Nether tunneling. So first, I want to revisit this. Remember how we built this behind our portal to prevent us from falling through? I have decided this is not actually sufficient. I want to do a little bit better than this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to surround this area. But then there's all these blocks here which are kind of in the way. So I'm actually going to clear out these blocks with our trusty little pickaxe, obviously. So all we're doing is we are just mining out the blocks that we don't want because they are in the way. Now the one issue with that is now we can't jump onto here anymore. So in order to fix that, we're going to also mine one, not both layers off of this. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to surround this area with a room. So it'll look something like, let's see. It'll look something like this. So we have the backside, which is already filled. We have our ground, which is filled. Now we want 3 walls at the ceiling. So let's create some walls. And the ceiling. So yeah, we have filled this up completely except for this one area, which I'm gonna place a door in because this area is special and I don't want it to be completely blocked off to the outside. So let's place a door here. I am in addition going to bring some fire resistance potions with me as well. Which I already have one, so that's perfect. I guess I don't need to then. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna grab this netherrack. What was I gonna grab again? Oh, a door, right? Do we have any doors? Yep, we have a crimson door. Okay, let's take this. I might actually get, let's see. Yeah, let's grab another crimson door. Why not? Okay. So we're just gonna place this door here, and then every time we need to, every time we go through the portal, we'll have this very safe enclosed area that has a door that leads to the outside. So every time we go through the portal, boom, we are going to have access to this little enclosed area. So that's pretty nice, right? So, and then every time you want to go out, you can just do that. What we're going to do now is, we are going to, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to dig down to y equals 15. This is a carefully chosen layer because it's mostly just netherrack, so it gives us a safe tunneling space, and there's also a chance of finding netherite, which is something you use to upgrade your diamond gear. But I won't talk about that. It's very rare, so I won't expect any of it. But basically, the idea is you want to dig down now into that level and then record down the coordinates. So before I do that, I'm going to grab a lot of ladders because that's what we're going to need to transport. So how many ladders do we have? Pretty much none. That's not a good sign. Okay, I think we need to go chop some wood because we need a lot of ladders. Like actually a lot. So the wood here is being pretty much chopped. Here's a tree that hasn't been chopped. Here's also one. Here's also one. And then here. Let's take this one as well. That should be enough wood after this tree. Yeah, okay, that's probably enough wood. So let's go and make ourselves some ladders. Not sure if you've seen this recipe before. It's fine if you haven't. Okay, that should be enough ladders. Except now I'm out of planks because I accidentally used up too much. I guess that's fine. We can just get ourselves a bit even more wood. I think birch wood is pretty good for this purpose. So let's get all the birch here. You only need 16. So it's not like a crazy amount or anything. And we probably won't even get through all 16. Here's another 2. And then forests are pretty big. It's pretty hard to mine through the entire thing, so that should never be your purpose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that should be enough. Let's just, oh, oops. Let's just quickly grab that. Okay, that, and then maybe another 2 here. Okay, this one's a 2. Okay, so we're gonna convert these into planks. So we have our that, and then we can go on and do our thing. Some more sugarcane have grown, so let me harvest. Okay, that was 11. Perfect. Oops, did that wrong. We can make 2 more bookshelves. And I will place them right here. Let's see, what's the level now? 14. Nice, okay. Where was I? Right, refilling on sticks. And I think we are ready to leave. I'm not gonna bother sleeping this time because we're going right into the Nether. So now we're gonna dig down, straight down. But I'm probably gonna fall into lava, so I'm going to splash myself with these. With splash potions, it's a good idea in general to splash them straight up so you get the longest possible effect. And then right after this is go time, because you only have 8 minutes until the effect runs out, so you want to spend that time. Okay, alright. One block and we're already down here. Fair enough. I wasn't expecting that, but let's see. What do we do about this? So what I'm doing right now is probably confusing, which is perfectly fine. Just observe and you will understand why I'm doing this by the end of it. So our armor is not taking any damage because we are on fire resistance, and fire resistance makes pretty much lava and fire harmless to us. So this is really high and we don't have blocks, which is going to be an issue. So I think before I continue, I'm going to grab just another stack or two, maybe 2 stacks of blocks. Yeah. Oh, and this free gold as well. Might as well take it. Don't skip on gold, guys. Gold is good for you. Even though this is probably not the best time to do it, but gold is still good for you. Can't argue with that. You're not trying to mine this pickaxe out, because that would be pretty detrimental. So our goal is to do this without actually breaking this entire pickaxe. We're gonna have to switch to iron picks if this pickaxe seems to be breaking. But it's a diamond, it's pretty durable, it's fine. Okay, got ourselves and 53. Maybe one more. Okay, this should actually be enough. If not, we can always come back and do it later. This is actually probably barely enough. I don't know if it's enough or not. Hopefully it is. Alright. Okay, 5 minutes of fire resistance left. We are almost out of fire resistance. This is not good. How much more? Oh, I think we might be able to make it. 16 layers. Yeah, I think I'm fine. Probably barely fine though. I should have gotten a little bit more netherrack to be safe. Yeah, this is not enough. But it was pretty close, I would have to admit. Okay, I'm just mining through this right now because I know this is not good, but I'm trying to get a bit more blocks, so I'm mining through so it gives me a chance to get the last few bits of blocks we need. Which I think 31, okay, that's definitely enough. Alright. So Where were we? Okay, perfect. Probably on this side actually. 1, 2. So I'm going to start placing ladders as well, and I'm going to make the ladders point in this direction. Again, that's just an arbitrary decision. Okay, so we have just... Ah! Okay, that wasn't the best choice. This is not good. Okay, you know what? Since we're down here, I might as well try to do something else. Which is... So we're going to use this to try and block off the lava now. So I'm doing this in a very particular fashion. One, two, perfect. And so you can see by replacing the lava with blocks and then mining the blocks afterwards, we got rid of the lava. Very common technique. And now we're just going to go down to 15, which we said was what we're going to go down to. Okay. And we're just going to mine out maybe a few blocks, but actually for now, maybe not. So, let's see. Yeah, I made a pretty big mistake there. I think what we're actually going to do right now is we are going to just wait for the fire resistance to be done, and then we will get out of here. So the way I'm going to get out of here is I'm going to mine over a bit this way. I'm going to block off where I don't need, so pretty much here. And we're going to mine up. Into the lava. Okay, so when the fire resistance expires, we're just going to, get wrecked by the lava, and then we can restart this properly. Ouch, 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 ouch. Perfect. So back at spawn, let's just jump down here because I'm too lazy to do it properly. And let's try this again. So we were here. This part is correct, actually. What we want to do is we want to fill this in. So this wall is done. That wall is done. This wall is done. And then this one's missing a little bit. So let's just fill it in. Let's see if I can fill it in without like dying. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So it's all being filled in now. Now our goal is to just fill in. Now our goal is just to fill in the ladders, the remaining ladders without dying. So that was a very bad play again. I'm not very good with ladders. You shouldn't have to have dealt with this if you're good at laddering. But I'm bad at laddering, so. Okay, so I'm dropping down here. Okay, that was a little bit close. I was trying to drop down here and survive because there is a chance that you can survive low falls because I have some protection on. That's why I got the protection armor, but it turns out I was still a bit far. I think I'll just go down safely, just a few more, like another, maybe. Okay, let's try dropping down from here. Okay, still too much. Alright. Let's try this. I have brought 6, right? I should be able to survive that. Okay, this should definitely be survivable now. Okay, survive was 1 heart. Perfect. Oh, did I put it on the wrong... Oh, I put them on the wrong side. Oh no, I did put them on the right side. Never mind. Okay, so we got all our ladders sorted out. So now, as you can see, we can go all the way down to Y15, all the way up to wherever the portal was, with just ladders. So that's pretty cool. What we then want to do is, let's just test out this system, make sure it's perfectly enclosed to the outside, which in this case it is, so that's pretty good. So we have this enclosed room, and then we have this, which leads up, and this is perfectly enclosed, so we can go down here. Very nice. Nice. Alright, so we're now all the way down here. Let's just mine out a few blocks this way. Okay, that's probably enough. And we are just going to store this coordinate. This is where we're going to go from here onwards. We're going to store this as a temporary coordinate, or unlabeled. I'm going to call this temp. I'm going to delete it afterwards. And now we just leave. For now, this is all we're going to do. Alright, so let's get out of here the quick way, which is just say by death. I'm not going to climb that really long ladder again. I'm changing the difficulty so it's easier to die by fire. Perfect. So that's done. Let's see. What else can we do now? So we're gonna take, oh, oops, sorry. I meant to put it on, not put it into the chest. So now we're going to, sorry. So now we're going to dig the other way. But first we need some blocks, and I'm going to take care of that this time. And we probably need a bit more of this. Okay, 57 ladders. Should be good. And we got our door. I think we are ready to roll. Take another fire res. Take another 2 fire reses to be safe. Okay, 1. Are we out of fire res? Oh, this is sad. What? Maybe instead of putting them here, I'll take some. Here, I'll put these 2 here. I'm probably going to end up drinking these anyways. Alright, so Yeah, let's go. So you might be wondering what this is all about. Well, I'm gonna show you. We're almost done anyways. So step 1, we need a lot more blocks in this, like a lot more blocks. So let's see how we can accomplish that. Our difficulty is still on easy. Let's change to peaceful. Ah! Okay, that was misplay. Yeah, okay. As you can see, I always misplay. Oh well. Let's try that again. So it did damage the armor a bit, but I was pretty fast, so I took it off in time. I don't think it got hurt that bad. Let's try that again. Not try that again, but like try to do it without doing that now. Oh no, what have I done? So the reason why that failed is because I sailed down from here, which is not that safe. So instead I'm going to sail down from here, which is safe. Yep, much safer. Alright. So you know this space. We've been here, we've all been here, this is nothing new. Right? Crap, I almost fell in there. Alright, so I have some issues with this place spawner. This place spawner is completely open, which makes it incredibly hard to work with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enclose this place spawner instead. So I'm basically trying to refactor the entire place spawner to be more suitable for rod farming. Where did that thing fall? Right here. Okay, 23, looks good. And there are still some hanging. Okay, let's take the remaining ones then. Okay, so we got all the fences. What we're gonna do is, first of all, we need a lot more blocks, as I have alluded to. So let's go down here and grab some blocks. I'm actually gonna grab all of this in this region here. It's not uncommon to be consistently short on blocks. Usually there's a point where you become more block independent, which means you become like less likely to be short on blocks all the time. But I don't think we're at that point yet. Okay, so I meant 9. Okay, going back up here, we're gonna create a little room for us. So we're enclosing this space with a room. But I don't think that's gonna work very well unless we get some more wood. Okay, there's some wood right here. Let's grab this. For these three, you can mine the entire thing down because they don't drop random things. Where's the last one? I think I got it. 6, right? Yeah, 6. So the rest, I guess we can just craft. Oh, oops. Sorry, that's enough doors. And then the rest of these, I guess we can just craft them into ladders. 63. Okay. Alright, so going back to our spawner, what I'm going to do to it is I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to put a door here. Let's make a roof out of this first. So let me see. How is this going to work? I think I'm gonna place the door somewhere here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is the entryway up, which I guess we will fill these correspondingly. And I don't like this narrow part here, so let's get rid of that. Okay. Alright, so boink, boink, boink. Every spawner is different, so I'm trying to find the best solution to this particular spawner. Yeah, I think this makes sense. Okay, so this is my blueprint for the spawner room. So you would be out in the open of the fortress, right, where we've always been, and you're just going to go up here, and this will be the entrance into the very welcoming fortress room. We don't need that path anymore, so I'm deliberately getting rid of it. And then this would be the location of the other door. Notice none of this is actually roofed yet on purpose, because I haven't, felt the need to make the roof right now. And then, maybe another room here, smaller room. And we are out of blocks, so let's go get more blocks. I'm trying to find a way to get blocks without having to go up and down all the time. I think here's the solution, because this leads right on up onto terrain. I'm so greedy. I'm getting all the blocks I can. Again, it's fine if the pickaxe starts to wear out a bit. As long as it doesn't break, I'm fine. We're gonna repair it using Mending in tutorial 13 or 12, depending on how far we get, or 14 if we're not getting really good. 57. Okay, so that's quite a bit. We'll come back if we need more blocks. This is not a one-step process. It can take a while. We're allowed to take a while. Okay, so I would like this here to be also of some sort of a room. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But I think 3 by 3 is probably good. Okay, good. Perfect. So we got this part of the room set up. We're just going to have to put a roof on this thing, and obviously here we need another door. So this door goes from the main parts of the fortress into the blaze spawner, and then this door takes us from the blaze spawner to our special newly constructed room, which is right here. Both are equally important. Let's make these 4 blocks tall. I think that would be a good decision to make. So because of this, I'm going to actually grab another 2 stacks of netherrack. Let's go up here to see if this has an entryway into the... Oh yes, yes, nice. And I'm just gonna mine along this strip. Maybe one down, like this. Did that one fall? No, it doesn't matter. And then we're gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, we got some trash, which is fine. We can discard of the trash later. So we got our 1 stack. We need another stack, so let's go do this side as well. And then maybe another 2 sides here. I'll save this one because there's a tree there. Yeah, I'll just not do that one. Okay, perfect. Maybe we don't need these trash so much, so let's just put them away. There you go. So we got roughly 2 stacks. Well, we're 6 blocks short of 2 stacks. I started with 31, now we have 2 stacks and 25. We're gonna go all the way up here again. Obviously there's a block, we just put an extra block to go up. So now we're gonna roof this thing. It will be a 4 block roof, so which means... Actually, you know what? 3 blocks is probably enough. I'll make it so 3 blocks and then roof. So this is our 3rd block. This is not part of the roof. Okay, that's fine. This is not part of the roof. Okay, perfect. And then we just put our roof, which will be that, but to save blocks, I'm not going to put it on the exterior. Okay, we're good to go. Perfect. Very nice. Okay, we got the roof of this part, and now let's just grab the roof of that part as well. I would say, you know, I'm just gonna put 3 extra blocks. Doesn't hurt. Okay, perfect. So we got the entire roof structure done. And so now if you look at your room, you are going from the outside of the fortress into here, which is completely fine. And this is your blaze spawner room. And then afterwards you have this reception room. I'm gonna place torches here. It's a custom that I usually do. Not completely not necessary, but it's just something I like to do. And I will usually, so it separates into all these areas, right? And I usually will not put torches on this part of the fortress, and I definitely won't put any torches in here, but I will put torches in this reception area. Alright, what is next? Now we are going to dig down, which we know this block is empty, right? That's the block we fell from. We are going to surround it. We're going to do the exact same thing as last time. Oh no. I'm doing this right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, this definitely should face this way. Okay, hopefully I don't mess up this time. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So this reception area again goes down. Let's just drink our fire res to be prepared. And where was I? Let's go down here. Ouch. Yeah. Alright. So here's the proper way to so this is facing positive. Okay, alright. So the proper way to do it, at least supposedly, if you ask me, is to dig down without worrying about ladders first. Just this. And of course we're going to end up in lava. And then we do our very usual, this is why I drink fire res, because I know we're going to fall into lava. This is just how nether terrain generates. You're going to run into lava eventually. It just will happen. Okay, there are some blocks here, I believe. These are magma blocks, okay. I don't really like magma blocks. Let's get rid of them. Perfect. So we got rid of the magma blocks. Now we just need to get rid of the lava as well. Well, the way I did it last time, I believe, was I stood up here and I filled it in. So I'm going to do the exact same thing this time. And now, because we know our ladders are facing this way, we can place our ladders afterwards. Going down to 15 first. Okay, 15. And we're just going to fill the rest of our lava. Well, for the most part that, but since we have found some quartz, usually I don't mind these things, because especially before enchanting there's no point, but since they're here already in the way, we might as well take them. So let's mine some quartz. I can't remember if I have mined any quartz in previous tutorials. Let's just assume I haven't. Then keep going up. A bit more quartz, that's fine. Let's take it. If you're on ladder, you also slow down while mining. As you can see, that quartz block I tried to mine while on the ladder took forever to break. You get a lot of experience, as you can see, from mining quartz if you observe my experience levels, which is actually the main purpose of mining quartz in Minecraft. Survival is to get experience, in my opinion. Okay, perfect. So we filled that in. Let's just use up the rest of these ladders. Okay, we have pretty much exactly the number of ladders we need. Now, here's what we're going to do. This is the fun part. Here's what is going to happen now. We are going to go down here, right, as per usual. Let's just check our thing, but instead of dying back again, we're going to mine to the coordinates. So, this way. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, okay. So we're going to mine to the coordinates, which last time we had was negative 2143, and we here are negative 21. I believe this is going the right way. So let's go to negative 21. Turn that off. We still have some fire resistance left, which is really nice. Yeah, okay, so what was I saying again? Okay, quartz. Alright, any ores we find like quartz or gold along the way, we are going to mine them as well. That's something I haven't said, but now I've said it. Okay. Unfortunately, we are out of lapis, so even if we get enough levels, we won't be able to enchant anymore. And then we just fill up where we mine with netherrack so it doesn't look messy and it looks like we've never done it before. Okay, so, perfect. We're going to -21. This pickaxe is completely unenchanted. Even though it's a diamond pickaxe, it's not that good, honestly speaking. Are we at -21? -13? Okay, pretty close. -21, perfect. So we have reached this point. Now we're going to go in the direction indicated, which is to 43, +43. Well, that would be this side, -x, perfect. Okay, more quartz. Okay, our fire resistance is running out, but there's no lava here, so I think that's perfectly fine. I'll just let it run out. Now our pickaxe is really starting to not look good, but we're getting lots of blocks for the future. Okay, this is a thing of one. It's pretty stupid. We're gonna clean up our quartz a bit to save storage space. 4 quartz is a block. This is non-reversible, but quartz is not that useful. It's mainly EXP we want, just to save storage. We can, you know. How far along are we? 136. Okay, not too bad. Another 200-ish blocks to go. So another 100 tiles, 200 blocks, because every time I move forward one, I need to actually move 2. More quartz. Okay, we found our first bit of gold. And this is a huge vein of gold as well. We got strike. This is a vein of 11. If we have silk touch on our pickaxe, this would make this part a lot better. But hey, this is not too bad either. Okay, so we're actually going to end our tutorial here today, and we are going to finish up this and explain what this is all about next time. See you guys.